Hi guys, it's Lana from Sage and Sound, and I've just done up a short video for you today on 5 ways you can use your lunch break to improve your sense of mental well-being. So let's jump straight into it. First way that you can use your lunch break to improve your mental well-being is simply to take the break. Too many of us eat lunch at our desks and we don't give our brain a chance to rest and recover. If you think you don't have time to do this, research has shown that taking a break, so having a problem, having a bit of a think about it, then taking a break, and coming back to it later actually produces the best results in terms of creative problem solving. So you'll actually be better at completing your project when you come back to it after taking a break. So take your lunch break. The second thing to do, if you can manage it, is to go outside as part of your lunch break. Our brain actually craves this different kind of stimulation, and you can actually induce mild symptoms of depression in people by putting them in a box, aka an office, where it's just 4 walls. Our brain needs to be able to see things from different distances and to get some sensory input as well. So as soon as we go outside, there's extra noise, the lighting is different and it changes. Think as you walk under trees or buildings, you go from shadows to light. There's a lot more temperature variation, and all these things help with our brain functioning. You turn on different parts of your brain, and the other thing that you do is that when you're much more engaged with your senses, you're less likely to overthink. So as soon as you're paying attention to the wind or the sunshine or the shadows, that's part of your brain space that's not going to be caught up in unhelpful thinking. So getting outside is really helpful. The third thing that you can do is to use your lunch break to actually eat. I know a lot of people skip lunch. Eating anything is absolutely better than eating nothing. Just helps with your blood sugar levels. Again, a big drop in blood sugar can invoke symptoms that are similar to mild depression. People feel flat, unmotivated, they're irritable. So as long as what you eat for lunch isn't pure sugar, because then that will cause a big drop in your blood sugar in the afternoon, you're better off eating something than eating nothing. And then you can add in, at the moment there's a lot of research being done around the links between what we eat and how that affects our mental well-being. Research that's come out so far suggests that working towards a Mediterranean diet is what's most helpful for us. And what that means is lots and lots of plants, not much meat, including nuts, and looking at eating more legumes, which is something that's often neglected in the Western world, but things like chickpeas, black beans. If it sounds hard, my top tip is get a vegetarian burrito. It's got beans in it, it'll have vegetables in it, and it's really quick and easy. So that's 3 things. The 4th thing that you can do to improve your mental well-being at lunchtime is to move. So you don't have to go outside, although it's pretty easy to go for a walk. The other thing that you can do is do some yoga in your office if you've got space. Trying to get sort of a quiet spot if you've got one. You can do lots of little things like quick push-ups or sit-ups. That's not an option that's available to everyone, depends on where you work, so going for a walk is your standard. But movement increases blood flow in us. Any kind of exercise tends to reduce our stress levels, and if it's a bit more intense exercise, if you've got the capacity to do that, you can also generate some endorphins, which are the things that help us to feel good. So if you can get in some bursts of intense exercise like push-ups, you can kind of access that function as well. So that's really good. And my 5th tip for improving your mental well-being on your lunch break is to spend some of that time reading about something you're interested in. The reason this is good for our mental health, there's a few reasons actually. One of them is that it gives you a break from work. So if all you're doing is working and work isn't going well, that tends to have too much of an effect on your mood. if you take a break and go and focus on something else, it reminds you that work isn't the only thing in the world. So it helps you to create a sense of balance. And it does that as well for you personally. So not just there's other things in the world, but there's other aspects to me other than who I am at work. So that's a really helpful reminder. Not just for yourself, but if you read something interesting at lunchtime and then you go out for dinner with a friend or you go home and see your partner, you've got something to talk about that's not work. So not only do you feel more interesting, but they're probably more interested in you as well, because it's nice to have something new and exciting to talk about. So that is my 5 top tips for easy things you can do on your lunch break to improve your mental well-being. So just remember, you need to take the break, get outside if you can, move as much as you can, make sure you're eating the right stuff, and look at reading something that you're interested in. So give one of those a try. I'd love to hear how you go with it. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.